Hi, folks. This is the end of November's Ultraviolet Anomaly video. Uh, you'll notice a flash in the right-hand side of the screen. Sometimes it's nice to have a plane in the picture itself, but when you slow it down and zoom it in, it's apparent that it's moving too. And I'm going to continue with the same format of having 10 seconds of raw footage, and then I'll do the enhanced footage, and then some still shots. That's for the objects. Now, something like this that this happened several times during the evening, and you'll notice that the time and date stamp are screwed up. I had some trouble with the cameras, and I say cameras plural, uh, resetting themselves with no apparent reason why. Anyway, this one shows up in the center screen, and I like to slow these down uh, to where they're moving under the speed of light. Uh, but this same object appears to have been have come back. Now that first series was on Thanksgiving night, by the way, and I have no idea what this is. This showed up as a flashing, hovering item. So I did a series of stills, and it shows different colors in different moments. And remember that these cameras, full spectrum cameras, don't pick up starlight. So this is an artificially generated rotating light of some sort. And I wanted to include the anomalies around the infrared lighting of this security camera. I don't know what they could be. They look like lens flares, but there's no reason for it. I've spoken to different camera people, and they can't give me an explanation why this is happening. So it may be something spiritual. It's something happening in between where the camera is set and the security camera itself. And things appear to both be going into the infrared light and coming out at some time too. So I'm not real sure what it could actually be. Now this particular object, although it's moving through the sky at a relative airplane pace, it doesn't have the required FAA strobe lights on it, so I thought I'd go ahead and include it. And when you zoom in on it, I'm going to zoom in as a 3 sequence, I think. You can see that this thing is rotating possibly. But there's no regular strobing. So I can't say that this is an airplane. And the edges show up really well in negative and green screen comparisons. And I want you to keep this object in mind because the rest of the flashes appear to be the same object, only flashing. Now you see the airplane in the upper left. The flashing appears lower right. And this sequence just appears very interesting. It seems to be a structured article of some sort, possibly with a window. Lower right screen and zoomed in. Again, this appears to be a very similar, if not the same, object that moved through the screen prior. And if so, it happened on several nights. And by the way, as far as a flashing star or anything, Sirius is out of the frame. It cannot be included in this Skywatch. It just does not appear in the frame of this camera. And the fact is, this is a couple of different cameras, so it's the same object. It is not something due to the camera. And you can see the same structure appears. Low center right. And again, you see the same similar structure. This is on several nights throughout the end of the month, by the way. So it could be something coming back, or a series of the same kind of objects. But the flashes are sometimes very, very interesting, especially when you slow them down. Again, it appears to be a similar structure to those I've shown before. Very well defined edges too. Now this video is going to be the last one of the year in this series due to weather. I could only so far in December, today being the 13th of December, I've only been able to film 2 nights due to very, very low cloudiness, winter weather. It's winter set in, and I think it's probably a good time to say that my next Skywatch video will be after the new year itself. Again, this object appears to possibly have windows. And I thank you for your views. Y'all have a good set of holidays if you celebrate them.